go get them again.
Welcome back to the Robe Zoe channel. I'm your host, Mark, and on the docket today we have an unboxing and first impression video on the niche brand of Fort Manlé. Now this is a brand that I have limited experience with. I only own 3 bottles. What you see is what you get here, all encased in their old school bottles. These bottle presentations are now discontinued. I'm very blessed to have these bottles. Just the way they look, they're absolutely gorgeous, especially once you start collecting them. Unfortunately for me, this might be the end of the road of this collection because obviously they don't house them in these bottles anymore unless I start scouring eBay to find older bottles. So today we are going to be talking about Süleyman Le Magnifique. And of course, we're not going to be unboxing it. It was a tester. It was actually a tester that I purchased with Amber Absolutely. So both of these were testers that I purchased together. And that's why I actually have a video on this that I shot like 2 weeks ago. So that's why the videos are very short distance together. So now we're going to finally officially unbox this one on my channel. I am excited about this release. It is unfortunately a discontinued release from the brand. Unfortunately, but these videos, I feel like a lot of reviewers would probably skip this video. They probably wouldn't be buying this. They feel there's no value to these videos. And unfortunately for me, not that I'm gonna get the views on this channel, but or on this channel and on this video because of its discontinuation. It's not popular, but I feel like the value is actually heightened on these videos because it is discontinued. People can't sample this fragrance, and this is for my true blue connoisseurs, people like me. So I'm doing this video for all of y'all, and obviously the ones that absolutely love my channel, thank you very much for the ones that are clicking on it. Probably have no real interest in this, but I do appreciate, of course, you tuning in. So Süleyman was actually the ruler of the Ottoman Empire, which I'm always intrigued about history, and this fragrance actually piqued my interest in the man himself and the history. As of now, I'm not going to bore you with a history lesson, even though this fragrance is now part of history in the fragrance game, at least because of its discontinuation. But I'm very happy that I got this one right at the end. Like, it was discontinued probably for like 6 months. And then I think it was a discount. I think it was Fragrance Buy that got a bunch of these testers for, I'm thinking I paid like $150 Canadian for this. Well below retail. So I got this one. It was a blind buy, just like my other bottles. And again, it's a brand that actually, honestly, I should get a sample kit, a discovery set. Yes, because it's a brand from my recollection. Again, I've only smelt these 2, but honestly, it's a brand that has. I really respect the nose. I really feel like he has a lot of talent. There is some downfalls on his fragrances, at least from my limited sniffing experience as far as longevity and projection on them. And they start off big and then they kind of fizzle out a little bit, but the complexity and the blend and just the thought process is all in my wheelhouse. And this one right here, just looking at the note breakdown, it is a busy note breakdown, which I love, and there's a lot of dark notes in here too, but there's a lot of different things. You got some spices, you got some resins, you got some florals, you have some fruity notes, you have a lot of different things in his fragrances. So anyway, I'm really happy I got this one, and yeah, I should get a discovery set of his newer releases. So let's delve into it. No unboxing needed. It is a tester. And I can smell the fragrance out of the atomizer, so obviously this has been sprayed. I do have my strip here. And again, a brand like this, personally, a brand like this needs to be put on skin. But I like to do this, and then my skin is going to be my scent of the day today. So let's delve into it. Let's do one spray on the test strip, and let's get my initial thoughts. And this was released back in 2017, so you know, only had a few years behind it, and then it got discontinued. So let's smell this thing. That is unique. Smells like fall. This fragrance right here, wow. Okay, so it's got a it's got a red apple note that I'm getting, but I'm getting a lot of that cinnamon too, and an ambery glow in the background. But it hits you. It has the complexity, but it really smells like fall. Perfect for fall. You know, it has an old world feeling to it, and you know, funny enough, this is based on the past, but it really has that. I'm thinking about like ironworks. You know, you got the dustiness, you got the spices, you got old wooden items. It almost makes me feel like you're going around the town, and this is old school, and you're looking for somebody to build you something with wood, build you something with iron, and you're going to each shop, and there's some florals, some spice market on the side. It's got this apple cinnamon thing up top, and it doesn't smell like pastry. Well, once you start going apple cinnamon, you start thinking, oh, it's gonna smell like obviously apple pie or pastry, like a homme narguilé by Hermès. This is not that. This is old world. If I had to go more in a direction of like potpourri or not a scented candle, but almost there, you know, I don't want to cheapen it by saying it smells like a scented candle. Warm, comforting. It has a green facet too. So let's put it on. Let's put it on skin here. Let's spray a few on my hand, and so on skin. Wow, wow. This brings me back, and not too many fragrances transport you back in time. And and again, you could say, Mark, you're getting you're getting influenced by the marketing, but man, it really has that old world feel, and it just takes me back to, you know, clothing that is, you know, worn out, you know, ironworks and woodworks, and I'm thinking of an old chest somewhere, you know, apples in a bushel, florals that are dark, dusty, ambery, ambers, and ooh, there's the galbanum in here. The galbanum in here is the star of the show in this opening, and I almost didn't get it. It's bitter, it's earthy, it's woody, and galbanum has a resinous quality, a sticky resinous with a green hue. Ooh, this is a good example of that. It has that bitter, earthy, woody aspect, resinous with that green hue. Cinnamon, almost big red, you know, like that kind of piquant, like big red gum, that kind of cinnamon, spiced up, good amount of woods, and a little bit of that fruity apple in the opening, a red apple, not a green one. Blending, outstanding. Everything just works. Ambery glow. Smells like fall. And honestly, this kind of idea, like a resinous cinnamon apple thing, has been done really knocking you over your head, kind of done, but like very playful, very, I don't want to say generic, but like homme narguilé is like one of those like very, how can I say it? Very available to everybody. This is more artistic. This is more on the artistic side that you appreciate, and I hope this one has some oomph to it in the back end. It has some oomph up at the start, but Amber Absolutely and 40 Thieves didn't have any issues with the opening of them. They do have that push, that denseness, and this has man, it's getting some florals in here, and what a complex scent, and wow, what a first impression. And you know, it's unfortunate, like I feel like this brand was just introduced to the fragrance community, and I remember way back when it was. Unfortunately, they were part of the free bottle brigade, and I understand, you know, a niche brand, a new niche brand trying to get their feet into this whole social media thing. They don't do it anymore, as you can tell. Nobody's talking about them anymore, and you can tell like how influential these free bottles are, that a brand was so popular circa 2015 to 2018, would say. And then once they changed their bottle presentations, it seemed like that dried up a little bit. And I don't fault them for that. You know, I fault the influencers in a way, just the way that they are. And I'm not going to go into huge detail in regards to that. But this one, man, if you got a free bottle of this, you don't know what you got. This is really good. And what I like about this is the complexity, but the uniqueness. Those are things that a guy like me looks for. Again, I'm not always looking for complexity, but when I get it, dark, it's really doing well with the Galbanum. You know, this is true blue Galbanum, like bitter, earthy, woody, green hue with a little bit of that sticky resinous thing. It really shows it. And that cinnamon is a big red. It's not, you know, that that really easy to like cinnamon. It really is like a little bit of pecan and the apple, just enough of it, not too much. Green, there's some woody aspects in here, and funny enough, I don't think I saw much woods in the note breakdown, like a dusty woody, like mild oud, maybe. I don't think I saw oud in the note break. And there's a little bit of rose in here too, so it has that Middle Eastern kind of almost like little bit of it. So many facets, but old world feeling, old world feeling. Such a beautiful scent. This might be my favorite out of the three. It might be. And honestly, I didn't think that this one, I thought this was going to be like the wild card of the three, because I think Amber Absolutely was going to be the one that I really, really liked. But yeah, unfortunately, this brand, man, I was late on them. I might still get that discovery set for the new ones and just see what they have available, but this stuff is good. And the Galbanum in here, I think is the star of the show. I don't know, from this opening. Okay, now that you heard my take, I'd love to see yours in the comments below. And I know this is a fragrance, discontinued, expensive. Don't think there was hype on this, personally. I think Amber Absolutely got the love. 40 Thieves got free bottles. I know that. I saw that within the community. I think there's a few influencers that got like 3-4 bottles of the brand, but I don't think this one was pushed that much or talked that much, honestly, in our community. So I wouldn't be surprised my comments section is going to be crickets. If you don't own this, you haven't smelt or anything, what you can do if you have smelt this fragrance brand or you have smelt the new stuff, you know, if you recommend me the Discovery set, maybe recommend me some of the newer ones. I'll see. I don't know if Lucky Scent carries these. Maybe I could get a couple samples for them. They're cheap that way. We'll see. Anyway, one that I would recommend, like if you have my taste, this is nice. All right, now, as always, a great pour fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your Fort Manlé release wisely. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a good one.